Hi guys, so today we are testing out the H&M All Day Liquid Foundation. I have bought the shade Porcelain and you get 30 mils for £8.99. So it's not the cheapest foundation out there, but still very reasonable. I do like the packaging. I think it's quite classy looking. The black lid. It's frosted, but it's not glass, it's plastic, so you don't need to worry about chucking this in your bag when you're travelling. And it's one of the sort of vacuum pumps, so rather than all the foundation just sitting in the bottom of the bottle, as you pump, this base actually moves up, so everything is airtight and you'll never get to that kind of point where it's empty and it's, you know, spluttering and you can still see foundation but it's just not working. So packaging, 10 out of 10. So I am wearing this today. I will insert a clip of me applying just now and we will see how it goes. Okay, so let's get this guy on. I'm going to try out two different brushes with this today. So let's see. Let's do 2 pumps, I think. Might be too much, but we'll see. So first I'm going to go in with my Nancy Flawless Foundation brush. This has been my main foundation brush for the last year, so I always want to use that. So this is feeling like quite a thick formula, which I like. It's not running all over the place on my hand, which, well, is easier for one thing. And just taking this down my neck. And apparently I forgot to clear my memory card before I started. Okay, sorted. Right, so this is blending nicely. I'm quite liking the coverage. It says it's a flawless finish foundation. It doesn't really say anywhere on the box whether it's meant to be full or medium. I think it's maybe just shy of full, but I guess medium full. If we're going to do it, they do steak, we'll do medium full. So I'm just going to zoom you in so that you can see what I'm looking at. So you can still see a bit of the texture and freckles and things, which is why I'm not going with full coverage. But it definitely seems to go on nicely with this brush and I like it. So, let's see. The other brush that I was going to try out was the Pure Cosmetics brush. So I'm just going to try and get some of that on there and smooth this across my skin. Different foundations will work differently with different brushes, so if you initially get a foundation and you feel like you don't like the way it's going on, you don't like the finish you're getting, try it with a different brush before you know, go absolutely no on it, because it can make a difference. Personally, I think this one is working better with the Nancy brush than with this particular brush. So yeah, definitely more friends with the Nancy brush. So I'm just going to quickly even out my face so that they look the same on both sides. So I really get high hopes for this foundation because my beloved Primark one has been discontinued and the one they've brought in to replace it is rubbish. Or doesn't work for my skin, I guess I should say, rather than rubbish. Because foundation is a very personal thing, and what you basically want to do is find somebody who loves the same foundations that you do and then hates the same foundations you do, and basically their recommendations are probably going to work for you. So so far I'm really liking this. It's, for all that it's a flawless all day finish formula, it doesn't look flat, it doesn't look heavy, and it doesn't really feel heavy either. I forgot to say, I did prime my skin before I started filming. Just use the Soap and Glory primer because that is my usual. My under eyes are looking okay, but I'm still going to do concealer and just see how well everything kind of blends together with this formula. There's nothing worse than, you know, products that don't play with other products, but that's blending in nicely. Yeah, that's blending super nice. I'm going to go finish the rest of my makeup, come back when we're all finished so that we can do a timestamp check-in, and I'll be with you in a minute. Okay, so first timestamp, okay, so I have finished up my makeup. It is 11:29. I went a little bit heavy on my contour today. What do we think? So I am really liking the finish that I've got with this. My nose ring, as ever, or my septum ring, is away walkies. I am really liking this, so I'll zoom you in a little bit so that you can see. It's set really nicely. I did bake using the Illamasqua powder, so I've got wrinkles. No, I'm quite happy. This has came out quite matte, which is fine by me. So I will check in throughout the day and we will see how this is holding up. So I will see you soon. Okay, so first check-in, it is just after 4:30, so we're talking around 5 hours of wear. I don't know why one of my eyebrows has decided to go a little bit crazy looking, but it has, so ignore that. So from a distance, I would say this foundation still looks pretty damn good. We have no major oil slicks, which my skin is very capable of, and the coverage is still looking good. Looking closer, however, let's see what we've got. So you can see there's a little bit of oil breaking through on my nose. The cover is starting to break down. Just the oils on my skin, and my favourite bit, settling into all my pores, and I've just got this crazy dottiness in all the places that I have bad pores. So that for me is I do not want that from a foundation. I am going to blot this and see how it touches up. The dots on my chin have been showing for about 2.5 hours now. Unfortunately, I forgot to take my camera with me to do any checkouts while I was out, and then I got caught up in some things I needed to do, and I was nowhere near my flat. And I mean like 20 odd miles away from my flat. So I couldn't really do anything. So the cover on my nose is actually lifting with the blotting sheets, which is not ideal either. So let's just see. Oh, all that texture and stuff is still visible. So I imagine if you had dry skin, that's just not looking good, is it? Now it's just rubbing off. Try some setting spray. Just give it a little bit of moisture to move around with. Nope, that's worse. Okay. Normally I wait much later to do my verdict, but it's been 5 hours. We've got a little bit of oiliness from our all day flawless finish. We've got cover wearing off. We've got settling into pores and breaking up and emphasising texture. Not one bit of this right now is feeling flawless. I mean, okay, my cheek's looking pretty darn good, but there's not really any problems with the skin on my cheeks, so most things look okay over there. I was just expecting more, but I'll keep it on for another couple of hours, see how it goes now that I've blotted it, and then we'll come back and see how it's holding up a bit further, and maybe try adding a little bit more on to see if we can correct it, but we will see. Okay, I'm back for another brief check-in. I was just filming one of my Lush videos and I noticed something. The time now is about 6:30, so it's been another 2 hours since my last check-in, and I've just noticed I have like a really weird kind of line. So it's really settling into some fine lines under there, so fine that actually I didn't know I had them until this foundation settled in them. So I am just about dying to get this off my skin now. I want to get a face mask on. I want to clear out my pores because I feel like this is settling into them. So first off, I'm going to do a little bit of a touch up just to see, you know, whether I can add more of this throughout the day, whether that's going to kind of correct things or if it's just going to look horrendously cakey and gross. In fact, the answer seems to be no. It's actually almost just not really sticking in the areas that it's been on and has came off. It's not really going back on. So oh, and I'm getting the good dots in between there. Okay, no. So it doesn't actually seem that if this wears off during the day, you can't touch it up and add another layer. Now, it doesn't say that this is oil free, and in fact, the stuff on the bottle isn't even in English, so I can't read that. Boxy, 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 boxy. Water, talc, dimethicone. Silica. So there's nothing there that I instantly recognise as being an oil, but I'm just not loving this foundation. From a distance it still looks absolutely fine apart from the slight shininess, but how quickly it settled into my pores, bearing in mind that happened, I would say less than 3 hours after I put it on, it had settled into all those dots. I think that's going to be really bad for my skin long term, and it's just not what I want. So for me, this is a good byproduct based on the settling into the pores, the wearing off around the nose, the fact that for some reason once it wears off it doesn't seem to be letting me add coverage back on. I can't remember how many shades there are of this. I searched it on my phone and it only gave me 5 shades, which is ridiculous and can't be true. But yeah, if you have oily skin, I'm going to say probably not the one for you, even though it's advertised as all day wear. So if you've got any questions, leave those down below. But I, for one, will be continuing my hunt for my new Holy Grail foundation. So if you've got any suggestions, leaving those down below would be very welcome as well. Bye guys.